our lectures about the first images. We ended Model 2 talking about Johann Suchers. He discovered that some silver curvatures made it possible to create a paper reflection. However, our first images lasted only minutes before fading. So, with his discovery of silver colored and the discoveries by Mosey, Da Vinci, and Al-Hussein, which lead up to the camera obscura, the world was almost ready for the amazing invention of photography. If only these people were able to make a permanent image rather than image which faded quickly. Then Joseph Nicephore Niepce. Joseph started from 1765 to 1833, was the first person to actively attempt to make a permanent image. He was a French scientist and chemist. As we know, at this time in history, people called both project images using the camera obscura and cold capture images, which would only stay for a few seasons before fading. In 1816, Niepce was able to make some images, but they would last only a few days before fading. Around 1824, it is noted that he made the first ever image, which was permanent, however, did not survive the times and there is no record for it today. In addition, the first permanent image, Niepce's view from his window at Le Gras in 1826 or 27 was the first ever image which was permanent and which we still have record of today. It took reportedly 8 hours to expose for the image. This is the pictures. It is a view from the window. After that came Louis Daguerre. In 1825, the French scientist Daguerre had contacted Niepce proposing collaboration as he was working on a similar process. In 1929, they agreed to share their knowledge and work together. At that time, Niepce and Daguerre began to use copper pellets instead of paper as they reacted faster, had a quicker exposure time. Most importantly, though, they offered amazing detail which paper was not yet able to make. These were called daguerreotype. So, the definition of daguerreotype is an early photograph produced on a silver, also the process of producing such photographs. This was the first ever image which showed a human being. The image was taken by Daguerre in 1838 and shows a busy street in Paris. Yet because the exposure time is so long, none of walking people show up in the image. However, there is one man who stood still the entire time of the image, and he is captured here in the corner. He stood still because he was getting his shoes shined. The first image which showed a human being by Daguerre in 1838. Then William Henry Fox Talbot, meanwhile in the UK, had created a very similar process. It was using paper and more successful than Niepce's first paper attempts. His first permanent image came in 1835 and was of his latest window at Loch Abbey. His process became known as the collotype. Although his process never received as much fame or use the daguerreotype did, daguerreotypes and collotype fought for fame, but daguerreotypes were made in studios around the world. This is probably because of their amazing clarity. So, daguerreotype camera is a small camera that made a photograph on a light sensitive silver pellet. The daguerreotype camera was small and not easy to use, and anyone wanting to use one needed to be a chemist and know a lot about the scientific process behind the camera. This is some pictures of portraits People from all parts of society were being photographed. And this is show daguerreotype camera. Thank you very much for today. Good luck.